Hey, what is up guys? So I'm here to share my thoughts and my impressions on MU Legend because this game is pretty good. If any of you guys like any ARPG, this game is going to be excellent. And I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. I legit like this game. Some of you guys know that on the live stream. I've been playing this game for quite some time. Now right now I'm already level 40 and I've seen a lot of people do like video reviews on it and they really just don't understand the game. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the things that you can do in the game. Now what I'm going to share with you guys is going to be an area where you can only do one time a day. And it's going to be hype. Hopefully we get something good. I'm level 40 right now, so we can definitely see a little bit more skills than a lot of the other videos. People hitting like level 10, they're like, here's my review on the game. And they're not even showing off a lot of the stuff. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is the Rune Mine. So this is something you can only enter once per day, and you can change the difficulty. I'm just going to go ahead and do it on normal, and this way we can kind of go through it a little bit fast. So if any of you guys have played Diablo, any of you guys have played Marvel Heroes, a lot of ARPGs, this game is great simply because of the animation canceling this game offers. So one thing that I want to share with you guys first off is this system called the Soul Box that is a separate level from your level, and there's these points that you can put into things. Now each one of these categories has different things that you can put your stats into. Now it's about every level you'll get one soul point, and you can put it into different things. Now once you put it into a category, you definitely want to put your points up until the point where you get at least one of the perks. Now I opted for physical attack, so it gives me 15% bonus physical attack when I attack monsters. And right now I'm working on this defense trait over here, which has increased my max HP. But when I hit 30 points in here, I get life steal, so I get life leech, and I'm able to sustain much better. And that's what I'm going to go for as far as my hero. The class that I'm playing is basically a ranger class. There's several different classes in the game, but I'm going to be primarily talking about the ranger because this is the class that I rolled that I decided to get the highest level in. So anyways, here's the inventory system in the game. So you have your rares, then you have your heroics, and then you have your legendaries. So very similar to Diablo in one sense. You have your blues, golds, and then you have your oranges, if you want to call them that. And then you have different things that you can craft different items with. And I'll show you guys some of the stuff as far as the crafting goes. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just do this real quick, and then you guys can see the gameplay. Now, one thing that makes this game so good is the animation canceling. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So I can go ahead and left click this until it dies, right? But if I go left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, I can cancel the animation that is finishing when I'm doing my moveset. Now, I'm going to do this more efficiently, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do the boss and also the progression of this area. Now, there's also things called rifts that are similar to Diablo, and there's several different forms of currency in the game. These blue shards, the rift fragments, are very similar to the blood shards in Diablo. Like when you do certain things, you get different currencies. Now this area you can only do once a day, and this is going to give me a bunch of magic gems, which is another form of currency that you can use to upgrade and buy a lot of different things. Different things cost different forms of currency, which I think is interesting because it incorporates the idea that if you want to, upgrade this, then you do this. So there's a lot of people doing these too. It's not like this game is completely empty, which is great. I just went ahead and decided to go this solo because, if I'm talking or I'm pausing, I want to show you guys exactly, everything without making someone wait for me or, something like that. But anyways, as far as the questing goes, it's relatively generic in a sense where it's just go over here, kill this. That's generally what you do in this. So what we want to do is we want to fill this up just like a rift in Diablo. And then eventually, once we finish it off, we will have that ability to summon or fight, I should say, a boss. But this game is very ARPG friendly. If any of you guys have played another ARPG, you'll feel right at home. Like the game feels really good. And that's why I like the game so much. Oh, by the way, this is not a sponsored video for anyone to think, like, I'm gonna praise the game for the most part. The only thing that I don't really like with the game is that it's not out yet. And on top of that, some of the monsters I don't really like. But that's visual, and like, for the most part, in ARPGs, you don't see the monster for more than a few seconds on screen anyways. The bosses are great. In this area, most enemies will look good. The only enemies that I don't like, and this is just things with any MMO, it's not just like this one, I don't like when they have like a plant, that like a plant that's kind of cutesy in a sense, where it's just not very like scary, if that makes sense. But yeah, so right now what we're looking for is the center of the map, and a lot of areas will be generated as you go along, so you won't face the same thing twice, and that's very relevant in rifts. But right now we're looking for the center of the map, and once we get to the center, you'll see that there is this thing in the middle. Now we have to fill up our bar before we can actually fight that thing, so we're going to have to go kill everything. And it's surrounded in a wall that's completely made out of gems, which is awesome. So all of that stuff you can pick up, which freaking awesome. So yeah, we'll go ahead and destroy this, and really good game mechanics, and I'll show you guys some of the skills right after I go ahead and finish off this over here, because I want to be regenning my mana and HP while I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the other stuff, so I can be doing it much more efficient, and you guys can see the gameplay, so we don't have any downtime, so to speak. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill that dragon. Okay, so let me go and show you how deep the game can be. Now, is this game as deep as Path of Exile? No. Well, let me go ahead and kill this, because this guy's gonna completely destroy me if I'm explaining things in the main menu. Okay, so we just killed him. We got a hero token. So, which is another form of, I guess you could call it currency, but it's also technically a part of crafting. But okay, so you have these skills. Once you eventually use the skills long enough, you unlock slots. So the slots you can put in these different runes, if you will, and they can do different things like defense penetration, crit damage, crit chance, debuff duration, movement speed, or physical attack. Now you cannot stack the same one, so I already have physical attack in here, and later on there are other legendary things. There's also certain items that proc certain effects in the game. Now I don't know all of them off the top of my head right now. I've only seen one, which like had a, I believe it was like a chance of knockback. So there's a lot of different things that can proc. Right now, I only have one legendary, and the legendary stat on this actually something that I crafted was just 10% extra movement, which is definitely nice. As far as the expert skill, we only have one right now. You have a choice between two different ones. We have one that summons Earth Elemental that distracts an enemy and supports you, and then we also have where's this? There's also perks in the expert skill as well, but yeah, you can, once you level up certain skills, and that's determined by how often you use them. And there's also different weapons that you can use. I don't think I have one. Okay, so I have one of the, oh wait, no, it's not one. Okay, so there's two different weapons, I believe, for each class. There's basically a bow and then like these, I want to just say crossbow because it's basically dual wielding in the game. And I just happen to have a better bow, so I'm just going to go ahead and just use that for this vid. But you also have wings. Now, wings, usually in games you have to pay for them. They give them to you for free, which is great in this. And then you can actually upgrade your wings and they'll have better stats. And you actually do something different to actually upgrade them. You get these wing growth stones, which is in an area where you just do these like endless, like it's like a similar to Bloody Palace and Devil May Cry. Basically, you just go up this elevator and it gets harder and harder. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab all of these, and once that bar fills up, which it just filled up, we're gonna go ahead and kill this guy, and then I'll show you guys the thing that gets summoned after. And we'll go ahead and kill it, and then I'll show you guys like a rift or something, and you guys can understand, like, this game it's pretty good. If you're familiar with Diablo, you'll feel right at home, and I like that because I've been waiting for an expansion for Diablo, or like a Diablo 4, and I already played a lot of Path of Exile, and I as much as I enjoy Path of Exile, you know, I've kind of experienced the game, and this is refreshing because it's kind of new. Oh, there's also something similar to gems in Diablo, so it's going to go ahead and open up this rift. So let me go and grab all of the gems over here. And then we're going to go ahead and enter. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about. It's something similar to the gems in Diablo where you can upgrade them. They're called artifacts. So I don't have any right now. I don't have enough gold to craft it, but I have enough of the gems to craft it. And they also require different materials depending on which. Actually, they're all the same. Okay, hold on. Let me double check on that. Okay. Actually, it requires multiple broken artifact fragments. But anyways, I don't have the materials to craft this anyways. But if you mouse over it, it'll tell you what it does. It decreases basic damage by 20% and increases critical damage by X amount times its level. So it's similar again to the gems in Diablo. There's a really cool one that I want to share with you guys. I thought this one was really unique. It was a thing called balance. So when the remaining HP falls below 50%, increase the MP recovery by 1%, and it's multiplied, or it changes its stat depending on the level of it. And at level 20, and it increases HP recovery by 70% when the remaining MP falls below 50%. That's something I think is really cool, and I like those kind of unique things in games. But we'll go ahead and do this rift over here. This is very similar to the other rifts. Now, primarily, you just really want to attack the bosses. The rest of the trash mobs are just kind of there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and clear this out. And I'll show you guys some of the other items in the game after we clear this. But for the most part, I want to say you guys get the idea of the game. But there's a lot of things that I think make it unique. And they give you the pet for free. There's so many things that normally would cost money in games, but they just give it to you for free. Now, it is beta, so everything is, of course, subject to change. And they are going to be doing another open beta, and they said that they will be wiping everything. WebZen actually came into my chat while I was actually streaming, and that was really cool. It shows that the game developers care. They want to see how we are enjoying the game, and they gave us some extra beta codes. So that was really awesome. But right now, it is currently in closed beta. But I mean, this game, honestly, if you like ARPGs, like, I feel like I'm getting paid to say this, but like, I'm totally not getting paid to make this vid. I legitimately enjoy this game. I wouldn't have streamed it for like, I don't know, 10 hours within the past couple days if I didn't actually enjoy the game. So let's go ahead and grab all of these, and then we'll go ahead and face off this boss. This one should be pretty easy. But a lot of the bosses, they'll have these attacks where it'll show it on screen, and then you're going to go ahead and like, get out of the way by moving. And a lot of them are pretty simple, but there are a few that are more complex. Like, obviously there's one where it's like a giant circle. Now, the one I really like, it's a ring. This one won't do it, but it's really cool. But as far as the game goes, your basic attacks restore MP, so it's very similar to Diablo in a sense where the resource is generated by your basic attack. But the basic attacks in this game are great in the sense where they're not like useless. Like, my basic attack lowers the movement speed of things, and it pierces everything. So it's not just like I'm hitting one single target. But as far as this class goes, you're able to dodge quite a bit, and that's what I really like with this Ranger class. So once we kill it, we'll get that reward, and then it'll grade you on it, and we just got a triple S ring, so that's really good. And then at the end of each area, oh, we didn't get the gold. Wow, there was 3 golds and we didn't get any of them. Oh, so here's the one-handed gun that I was talking about. It's similar just to like a crossbow. It looks cool though. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and we got a staff over here. That's pretty cool. That's uncommon to an web. So this is for a war mage. So things that are for certain classes, you can't equip them. I don't know if there's any like ability to equip some of the things that aren't for your class, but I'm gonna go ahead and exit the dungeon, and I'll show you guys a little bit more about the game as far as like other things that's in the game, the crafting system. I want to share like everything with the game, because when I was watching a lot of people talk about this game, I'm like, you're not even talking about the crafting, you're not talking about a lot of the different things, right? So we're gonna go ahead and complete that, and then let's go ahead and go into the crafting system, because I want to share that with you guys and show you guys the gems and like more depth in the game. So let's go ahead and go back to town. And we go to the commercial area, which is basically the area where you can purchase a lot of things, and I'll show you guys what you can purchase with those green gems that we just got. Now, I don't remember exactly what we started out with as far as the gems go, but let's see how much we have. We have 38,000. So let me go ahead and go over here, and you can see what you can buy with these gems. So we have a mount merchant. The mount that I got for free, and it's the same one that costs it increases your movement speed by 50%. It costs almost 10,000 gems. But the better one is going to give you 100% increased movement speed, but it costs 50,000. And there's flying ones, but they cost 120. And there's also costume merchants. So right now I could buy one of these. I wish there was an option to preview. Now if I hold control, I can preview things that I have in my inventory. But I can't preview these. Maybe they'll add that later on. That's one thing that I wish that they added, but it's a small thing. But as far as potions, oh yeah, there is potions. I usually don't really need them unless I'm going to fight something that's relatively strong. You have a very short cooldown on your dodge, and for me, the only thing that I really need to use my potions on is bosses, and for the most part, you can dodge things, but if you get stunned, then yeah, you're gonna have to pop some pots. Now, let me show you guys the crafting system. I think the crafting system is great. But before I show you the crafting, I should actually show you this first. So, since we just did that dungeon, let me see if I got any upgrades. It doesn't look like I got any upgrades. If there is an upgrade, there will be an arrow. Now, this is something I can't use because of my level. There's nothing that's tied to stats as far as what you can use. It doesn't say, like, required dexterity, you know, a certain number. But as far as the crafting, let me definitely show you this first. So, when you get items, there's different rarities in items, which we will see once we go to the weapon merchant. So we're going to go ahead and go to dismantle items. So that basically uses the item for material. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything that I don't want because I don't really need gold. So I'm going to throw in everything here and you guys will see. What is this? Oh, so this is for like a blader. Okay, so let me go ahead and toss everything in here that I'm not going to be using. So when I dismantle it, I get certain material. So I get quartz and iron ore. Now there's also another form of material, which I will show you. So let me go and exit this. So the yellow items will give you what's called the Newick ore. The blue items that you disenchant will give you the crystal quartz, and then the other items will give you iron ore. So this is like common, uncommon, rare. And you use those to craft, and it's pretty simple as far as what you require to craft most things. Now, some of the legendary items, they require very specific things. So, for example, the crafting of a uncommon item would cost you the uncommon stuff, or the common material, so to speak. And then this one will require common and uncommon, and then when you get into the yellows, it will require all three, and it'll show you the cost of it. And it's not bad at all. It's definitely like buyable, or purchasable is what I should say. Like a lot of games will make it so it's like out of control crazy unless you use the cash shop or something like that. So I really give them a lot of praise for doing that. Now let's go ahead and let's go to, I think we might have to go to a different area to show you the other currency. So I showed you the area where we got the magic gems, and I'm going to show you what you can buy with the blood shards, essentially, which are called rift fragments. So you do these things called rifts. Now you can only enter 10 rifts per day, which is something that at first I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. But at the same time, if I'm doing 10 dungeons per day, then I'm playing the game, you know, I'm enjoying it. But let me show you anything else. So there's character info here, and you start out with 0 crit chance, which I wish you start out with 5, just because I think it's nice. Oh, there's the managed pet system. So you get a pet for free, and it gives you stats. So I get CDR, cooldown reduction of 3, and max HP plus 3. And then there's also the combatant effect, which is crit damage plus 3. I don't have any crit chance, so crit damage is completely useless. But I need to go to another area to show you. Let me go ahead and teleport. Oh, so there's these things called travel gateways. They're similar to a waypoint if you play Diablo, and I really like that because one thing that I've complained about in not Vindictus, in oh, let me go and show you the airship just because I can. One thing I didn't like with Black Desert is there's no like teleport fast travel thing. And I think any ARPG or any MMO, they need that kind of stuff. So this is the area where you can be on the ship. There's a small quest in here at one point where you like collect these rats. And it's kind of a funny quest because they run around really fast. But let me go back to this area over here. And I'll show you guys what I can spend or what I can buy with the blood shards. And as far as dying in this game, like what's the penalty? You lose durability on your items. Durability is something that you can just repair. It's not by any means something that is super expensive, at least not yet. I don't know if like super late game it becomes crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and let's just go to a town, and I can show you guys the other merchant. And yeah, this game, it's got a lot of potential, and so far I really don't have any huge complaints with it. I wish there was more classes, but I'm definitely going to be playing the other class once the game launches, because I want to get as far as I can in this beta with just one hero. So, oh, this is the gem cutter. Let me show you the gems in the game. I don't think I have anything socketed. So you can socket things. So if I go to use shop, Well, I could buy these different things, but what I really want to share with you guys is the add equipment slot. So if I put something over here, you can see it requires certain things, and then what it will do is add a socket. After it has a socket, I can insert a gem into it, and the magical stone, or gem is what I'm calling them, will have stats. So like this one's going to give me strength, this one's going to give me health, and this one will give me int. And then if you mouse over, strength, dexterity, and all the other stats, it'll tell you exactly what it does. But I'm going to go to the merchant, the rift fragment one, and we're going to go ahead and just spend all of our stuff. Now, as far as magic gems, there's no cap, but with the rift fragments, there is a cap. So let me go ahead and purchase a bunch of these things. So I'm going to buy all of the Dual Whisper, and I'm going to go ahead and open them for you guys. And so certain things you can pinpoint what you exactly want. So you can get helms, you can get the chest, or you can get this one, which is random, but it costs less. And right now I don't really have anything that's legendary except for these, and these are relatively mediocre in my opinion. And there's also, you can get a box which has pets, and these are really easy to obtain. But yeah, this one has different items that you can actually use to craft certain things, plus it costs less. So I'd rather just use those. So we got a blue, which is pretty much something that's I would say it's one of the lower things. Now we got a yellow over here, so we got a heroic. So when it says increases Zen, what Zen is currency in the game. So it's just Zen is basically gold. So it's just like a gold drop rate. So we're just gonna keep on opening up these, and we'll see what we get. And a lot of these will be upgrades because they give you ones that are level 45, and we are not level 45. So dang, we didn't get any. Unlucky. Alright, so let me just spend the rest of them and see if we can get at least one. Okay, so I wanted to get at least one legendary. Let's see if we can get one. Oh. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Oh, good little tip right here. So I accidentally sold it to the vendor. And oh, we didn't get it. Let's see if we get one. Last time I got some stuff. Oh, we also got a large essence rune pouch. But this is something I got from, I believe, the Rift. So we got 1,000 of those magic gems. So they're very generous as far as what you can get. And I'm just going to disenchant all of these. There's really nothing else that I can show you right now that I feel is going to make you think any differently about the game. Like, you have your quest logs. I haven't done any of the quests in this video, but the quests are very simple. It's literally go here and kill these things, and then you progress. That's how you progress as far as the questing goes. And there is guilds in the game. You can see... can we not do the arena yet? What level do you need to be? Oh, you need to be level 45. So we're pretty close to being able to do PvP. I don't know anything about PvP. I haven't done it. I'll probably make a video on PvP, but I'm assuming most people are relatively strong because I started this game, I think, 5 hours later than everyone, and I haven't been playing the game like 100%. I've been playing Overwatch still, as well as some other games. But for the most part, I'm really enjoying the game. I highly recommend any of you guys that enjoyed Diablo and been waiting for like an expansion to just check out the game. It's going to be free anyways, so yeah. Really good stuff. Oh, by the way, you can change where your skills are. I haven't unlocked every skill yet, but yeah, you have a lot of different skills that you have access to. I'm not going to go over every single one, but one thing that would be something that would be interesting to share with you guys is this. So you have some skills have stages, like this one. It gets more powerful as you hold it, and then it shoots out like a beam. Now, there's also channeled abilities like this, which when you shoot, it has stage 1, stage 2, and then stage 3. Obviously, it's going to do more damage, and it looks like it fires faster. But I don't really like the stationary skills. I just never enjoyed stationary skills in games. But a lot of this stuff is very useful. Like, for example, roll not only increases your forward momentum, so it lets you like dodge things, and in addition to that, obviously move faster if you're just walking, but in addition to that, increases your physical attack by 5%. And then I have this these runes on it where it changes the cool. I know you can't see it because my face is blocking it, but the cooldown time, I have buff duration, and all that can be seen over here. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in the game. And I know it sounds like I'm praising the game a lot, but honestly, I've been waiting for a game for a long time that's an ARPG. I've been waiting for Lost Ark, Lineage Eternal, and hopefully Diablo will get a really cool expansion. But this will definitely be something that I'm interested in playing, so I highly recommend you guys to check it out. If any of you guys are going to be in the beta, so I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll just wait. I don't know, just hit, if I hit OK. Okay, it automatically takes you there. If any of you guys want to play with me, we're on the NA server, and we are on Dual Den. So if you guys want to join play the game with me, yeah, have some fun. If you guys felt like I missed out on anything that you guys wanted me to cover in the game, definitely let me know in the comment section below, because I don't mind making videos on MU Legend because this game's awesome. But yeah, if any of you guys that play the game felt like I missed out on anything, let me know also, and I'll update you guys with another vid on MU Legend. But that's MU Legend, guys. Really, really cool game. Looking forward to it when it launches. And this beta is currently going to be lasting 2 weeks. And it's actually 1 week and 4 days, I believe, from the day that I'm making this video. So we got another week. If you guys want to get a beta code, they have been giving me beta codes, but also there's a website that has a bunch of beta codes. Tune into the live stream. Sometimes the WebZen guy comes in, so he can hook us up with more keys. But there's a website that did have them. I'll link it down below. The website was having issues yesterday, but hopefully it'll be up and running. So yeah, hopefully you guys can get a beta code for this game, because I do recommend this game a lot. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.